Okay, so hello everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. This is going to be a reply to a comment that was left under my most recent video, which was the one that it related to the laws of logic. And I did receive a reply, and I'm going to give my response to that individual. All right. Now, as you're looking at the screen, this is the screenshot of this particular individual YouTuber going under the name of ALC or at Unite Against Evil. Okay, so that's his channel. And he left a very short message on my on my comments, which was this. He said, energy essence distinction, look it up. Well, actually, I had replied to him, and I was familiar with what Darth has already said about energy and the energy essence distinction. So I responded to this particular YouTuber. I told him that I'm going to put together a little video, which I'm going to do right now. Here it is.
The question.
Well,
that
no, it
doesn't
does
address the
because
question.
it does. It
No,
does because
you're invoking. Listen, you're seeing. You're referring to dependencies, things that begin to exist. Now, have you ever observed? Okay, anything that is unconditionally non-dependent, ultimate, absolute, and has not
energy.
begun to exist? Okay. Have you seen energy?
Oh no, but we can
Okay,
measure back.
So we can
At the beginning of the universe, energy.
Listen, you're wasting my time, because all you're simply doing is every time I ask you a highly specific question about that which is ultimate, you launch into a mini monologue about science. I'm not asking you about that. I'm asking you
what you should really do
specifically
is when he asks you a
is
question,
ultimate,
you should just not
absolute,
respond and be
and
quiet.
did not begin to exist, that you actually have acquisition through your eyes.
Well, we are able to appeal to, for example, the first law of thermodynamics, which would say that energy cannot be created or destroyed, and it would
You're not
seem
answering my
that,
question.
well, if you would let me answer the question.
You're
completely.
telling me that you see dependencies. I'm not asking.
I'm telling you that there is something that our universe came from, in a sense, because
is it ultimate?
Our space-time emerged from the Big Bang Theory talks about our space-time.
I know all this.
About what it came from, and it seems that the energy wasn't created or destroyed.
It seems, or did you observe that? Okay, did you?
We observed
together with your slabs alongside.
We observed consistently.
All right, I got to turn him down. Okay, did you? If you said, for example, if I said the banana on the counter is a proposition, does it exist because of God? You say no. Say, well, why does it exist? You say, well, because you see, down at an extreme quantum level, there's quantum energy that has always existed. It is eternal, self-contained, and non-dependent, and it provides for all dependent states, eventually resulting in the banana on the counter. That would not be an arbitrary statement. However, you wouldn't be able to account that the extreme foundational level of a quantum states was eternal or non-dependent. That would be an arbitrary statement. So hyper, I mean, I'm not running away from you.
I just told you.
Okay, so now you're talking calmly. Okay, so
yeah,
explain to me your atheism.
Okay. Yeah, so I think the reason why I'm an atheist is because Christians violate the principle that they're standing on. They require a rational justification for the absolute, which is known as energy. But the absolute that you're reasoning from, you have no rational justification for. And then, the Christians will say, oh, it's axiomatic.
Okay, so what you're saying is, and you correct me if I'm wrong, God does not exist because you don't have a reason to believe in the Christian God?
No, God does not exist because the absolute fundamental universal is energy. And every other form of reasoning is spiral reasoning. You start with some presupposition, but that's not going to be your ultimate presupposition.
Okay. All right.
You're appealing to energy.
How do you know? Okay. So is energy, is it one thing concretely, or is it a concrete many?
Yes, energy is absolute and fundamental, and it has three properties.
All right.
It's all powerful, it's all knowing.
Okay. Listen to me. Okay. You sound like you're a teenager. Okay. Now,
You sound like you're an old man.
I do sound like an old man. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
You're welcome, Gary.
Now, since you are saying certain things, it's clear to me that did he leave?
No, I'm right here.
Okay. It's clear to me that you're starting with some lies. You're making up things that you couldn't possibly know or defend, but you're pretending like you can know. Now, are you omniscient?
I'm not, no.
Okay. Then how can you know that which is fundamental and eternal? How do you know that?
Because I'm receiving divine revelation from it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Now, I've warned you before. If you continue to lie to me, I'm not only going to mute you, I'm going to ban you under this account from this room. And I truly, please do not overtalk me. I sincerely mean I would rather not do that. But when people persistently lie to me in a debate, then that pisses me off. I think it's disgusting. Okay. Now, how does energy reveal to you? Okay, this plurality of what you call energy. How does it reveal to you that it is self-contained and eternal?
That's the foundation for knowledge, divine revelation, because energy is all powerful and all knowing.
When you say divine, is this an agent, a persona?
Yes, energy is the precondition for human intelligibility.
Okay, so you're just mimicking certain things you've heard from presuppositionalism. Okay, so strike two. If you have a strike three, I will ban you from the server. I want a sincere response. Okay. And by the way, changing your account name does not mean I don't recognize your voice. Okay. Do you think I'm that stupid?
I'm sorry, Gary. Can we continue?
Okay. So you want to play that game? Okay, good. You're banned.
Why?
Twofold question. Are you familiar with J. Dyer, and are you familiar with essence energy distinction?
Yes.
Okay. What are your thoughts on both?
I think it's unbiblical.
I tend to agree with you.
When you study the history of Eastern Orthodoxy, what you see is a historical merger of Greek thought with Christian theology, and even certain Eastern Orthodox theologians have admitted this. Okay, and what we see in Greek ideology was what was called deification. Okay, and whether or not the Eastern Orthodox agree with this, there's good reason to believe that this concept of the energy essence distinction is a byproduct or a way of defending the concept of deification from Greek philosophy morphing into Christian theology. Right? That's why they have a whole class of sainthood that is different from other believers, as opposed to sainthood is just anybody who's born again and is under the blood of Christ, and they're holy by position.
All right, so that last clip, there was actually 4 of them there, and I found plenty, but I just wanted to include just enough to get the point across, you know. So I think that my reply is very relevant. Gary explicitly says that he thinks that the energy essence distinction is unbiblical. So he would reject that. Okay? All right. So if you have any other responses or if you have any comments, please leave them and I will be more than happy to respond. Thank you for watching.